Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So we actually got big news, as you heard. This is like, I'm not even joking, this is like actually big news. It's funny because I was talking about this like earlier this week. I was talking about how Telltale Games basically are going to show the Expanse and how there could be a possibility of like maybe they could be talking about other projects. And luckily enough, they tweeted out about an article that was made by Marie Delisandre. I hope I pronounced that right, but this is like big. I'm not even joking. Like this literally just happened, and it was just funny, like the timing I made for the other videos. But Telltale raises $8 million from Hyrule Capital and Skybound. What the fuck? $8 million. So it literally says in like the brief description that this funding will be going towards the Expanse series, which I don't know how that's gonna go into the Expanse series because the game hasn't released yet. I would assume like marketing purposes or something like that, because the game's pretty much done unless they have to pay the devs still. And then The Wolf Among Us 2, that makes sense since they're still working on the game, which I feel like could be coming out soon. And by soon I mean like the end of this year at this point. And then their unannounced game. I knew they would have an unannounced game. I'm not joking. Like I had a feeling that they're gonna have to show an unannounced game after The Wolf Among Us 2, sometime after. But yeah, basically, I'll give you the rundown. They basically got the money from Skybound and Hyrule Capital, and Jamie Otley is the CEO of Telltale. Jamie mentioned, "We are honored to have the confidence of Hyrule Capital, a fund that's committed to the future of the game industries and that of our colleagues at Skybound Entertainment. It's both a pleasure and a natural fit to be affiliated with companies that share the commitment to narrative games and transmedia entertainment." But yeah, basically, Telltale Games are now like partnered with Skybound, by the way it looks from this article. And then even Skybound mentioned that, oh wow, this is a really short article. I did not expect this to be short. I thought it was like a little bit longer than I thought, but nope, I was wrong. But yeah, Skybound mentioned, like the CEO of Skybound mentioned, Telltale and Skybound have a long and incredibly successful history together that forever changed the way of stories are told in video games. It has been just over 10 years, hundreds of millions of dollars, and over 100 Game Awards since Telltale released the acclaimed first title in the Walking Dead series. We continue to believe in the power of narrative gaming and this investment that will allow us to support Telltale in telling even more amazing stories. What did they say? They said, "We will allow us to support Telltale in telling even more amazing stories." What amazing stories is that? They didn't even mention the unannounced game, like the article itself mentioned it, so I'm assuming that someone from Skybound or Telltale like slipped the tea and was like, "We're working, this money is going to be towards the Expanse, Wolf Among Us 2, and an unannounced project." So I'm assuming that's what happened. Why would Skybound CEO talk and Telltale CEO talk in this interview, like together? It's clear that there seems to be like a project that's going to be worked on by both Skybound and Telltale Games, and that makes me very excited because for me, I will admit, I definitely think that Clementine's story has to come to an end, like the final season. That's the whole point of that. But the thing is that the old Telltale games, they didn't realize the amazing stories that they had in the Telltale's The Walking Dead universe. Like the 400 Days characters, they were very interesting. Carver was an interesting character that they could simply do like a backstory or some shit like that. And the Michonne spinoff, that was like a good experiment as well, and that would be interesting to see like other combat characters get incorporated in like a much larger game. And then the Garcia family, like Lily Javier Garcia, he was like the best part about Telltale's The Walking Dead in my personal opinion. I really liked him, even though A New Frontier is not exactly my favorite game, but I still appreciate Javier Garcia, and he's an amazing character that should have returned in the final season. But yeah, even the boarding school characters, they're like interesting characters as well that they could simply like write more upon on. Krista, for example. Krista is an amazing character that has like an unresolved ending or cliffhanger, I guess, I don't know what you call it. They could continue her story on like what happened to her. I think Krista would be the best option in my opinion. Even Lily, for example. I liked Lily a lot. I wanted to see like what she had to go through to like become part of the Delta and like her being left behind by Lee. All these are just interesting concepts that Telltale Games and Skybound can do simply, and it doesn't even have to follow like the game. Like for example, like it can like they could do something completely different, but just have these returning characters and expand upon more of the story. That's like what I mean. They don't even have to involve Clementine. I would like to see Clementine return, honestly, because like Skybound made that possible with like the comic book, but like canonically speaking, Clementine is in the comic book. She's like in a different state. She's not even with the boarding school anymore. So realistically, can that happen? I don't know. I don't think Clementine's going to be involved in their projects at all. I do think that these are going to be like new cast of characters, and I definitely do believe in that. But yeah, it's really cool to see Telltale Games and Skybound like have this partnership, especially since Skybound. I don't want to say like Skybound. I felt like Skybound stole Telltale Games' like property, because obviously when the old Telltale Games went bankrupt, they were like no more. So Skybound like bought the rights to Walking Dead, which cost them a lot of money, I believe, to tell us The Walking Dead. And now Telltale Games is back, but it's a new company basically, and it's really cool to see them working together instead of being like rivals. Because I know people are like Telltale Games versus Deck 9 Games, Telltale Games versus Skybound Games, and really Telltale Games is smart. They're like working with those types of companies just because that's how they survived before. They did a bunch of partnerships. I think the issue before was they did dumb partnerships with like HBO, for example, because I don't think HBO gave a fuck about Telltale Games. So they were smart to make partnerships with like Skybound and Deck 9 Games, who are like great companies to work with. And HBO, I don't think really cared about Telltale Games. I think Telltale Games were like kind of on their own. The only thing that they were partnered on exactly was like the TV show, like using the Game of Thrones property. But I hope to see Game of Thrones come back, but like I doubt it. I don't think HBO had the best relationship with Telltale Games. Same with Netflix. I'm not sure if Netflix was a good partnership to work with, but maybe I think Netflix was just a bad case. I think Netflix could maybe be a good partnership, but I'm not really sure because not Telltale Games. Netflix is like doing a new direction with like its gaming service on its Netflix platform, so I think they could give that another chance, but I really don't know. But yeah, what do you guys think this unannounced game could be? I really strongly think it's Walking Dead, but something interesting that I heard someone mention in like on Twitter. Someone mentioned it could be like an Invincible game because Skybound does own the rights to that. So I would love to see Invincible. I love that show. It's a really good show. It's very bloody. Like, oh my god, like that show is brutal. I don't know, but I would love to see Telltale Games like work on something, but it's kind of hard to tell because I feel like they're kind of limited. But then again, the Expanse is literally in space, so I can't say they're limited. I do think that they'll find a way. They have a bunch of money now. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. What do you guys think the next Telltale Games could be? I really do think it's gonna be like a 5th season of The Walking Dead. Not 5th season, but like a new game after the 4th season. But yeah, I would love to hear all your thoughts and comments down below. And if you guys did enjoy, be sure to follow all my social medias if you guys haven't. My Instagram is private, by the way, so just do a follow request and I'll accept you. I had to do it due to personal reasons that have been happening. And be sure to subscribe as well if you guys enjoyed the channel. We are almost at 3,800 subs, so I would love to see that. I would love to see you guys hit that number if you guys want. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, I'm gonna go, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys later for another video on possibly The Walking Dead or Batman Season 3. That could happen. But yeah, I'll see you guys later and have a good one. Bye.